Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the test account and we're looking at the awakened version of Lucius. So overall, looking at his figure and looking at really the avatar, he looks amazing. You can see him with a massive sword, the shield, which is probably almost twice the size of his body. But overall, looking at the armor, he is phenomenal looking. I love the build. I love the old school, like Holy Knight with the heavy set of plate mail armor. Really cool to see. Now, looking at the Smoke of War, a first glance will be up a little bit later today, and then Shadowfall as well. So the Smoke War, of course, this is the plate glass window. Now, he went from kind of the little axe weapon that he had before to a full-on, almost broadsword. So looking at the rewards, we're still getting a considerable amount of the faction scrolls, which is sad because the faction scrolls don't give you the ability to actually get or have a chance at Awakened Hero, which would be a very cool change. Big shout out to Lilith that they could change that very easily. But we are picking up 10 time emblems out of here. Now, in addition, we know when it comes to the Awakened Heroes, not only do we get 10 time emblems out of here, I believe last time we got 48. I think it was around, or it was 12 out of here, because it was, I think, 3 each time that we were doing this. And then we also get 50 for him dropping. So we will get 50 additional time emblems for the release of the new Awakened Hero. And then, of course, Shadowfall usually gave us another 10. So overall, when it comes to a new hero release, in a new Awakened Hero release, you're getting a significant amount of time emblems. It might mean that you don't go out and you build out Lucius, but ultimately going out and building whatever hero that you're building. If you're building, the Awakened version of Athalia or Chimera, whoever you're building, you can utilize those time emblems, giving you the ability to actually catch up. Now, in addition, you want to make sure that you're getting the time emblems out of the store every single day. If you ever want the chance of actually building these Awakened Heroes up, you have to get the time emblems out of here. If you're getting one here every day, that means you're getting roughly 30 on a month, giving you a couple more summons. And then you couple that with every other place that we do get time emblems in AFK Arena. And they have been kind of slowly adding them. So even looking here, we get time emblems out of the Dream Store as well as Stargazer Scrolls. Looking at the Guild Store, exact same thing. We get time emblems out of there now. They have systematically added time emblems to a lot of different content. Even when we look at summons, when we look at events, a lot of times you can pull time gazers or Stargazer Scrolls or time gazer emblems, time emblems out of different avenues within AFK Arena. So there is quite a few places that we can get them. Now, in addition, it gets into the bounty board. So we actually did this one, giving us some elite stones, but this is the Quill of Time that is going to allow us, and you do get bonus diamonds if you have certain heroes built within there to go ahead and fill out this plate glass window. And there we go. There's 2 more scrolls so we can continue our summons in there. Let's hop over. 2 things I want to look at is one, there is kind of something that came up on Facebook that shows his auto attack, which we'll take a look at. And there's also his ultimate skill. There's a big question yesterday, and I didn't see anything yesterday that had his ultimate skill. So I definitely want to check that out. So let me hop over and take a look at it. All right, so here is the actual hero in action, which is awesome. Again, when you look at him, it looks awesome. It looks just absolutely amazing. But you can see this is, I believe, from the trial. So it's got a couple seconds. So there's the regular slash. So those are the normal attacks. Now remember, when they have 2 normal attacks, there's the shield. So I know a lot of players were saying Lady Simona. A lot of players were saying a bunch of different heroes are going to be able to get right through the shield. That is the case, but not always the case. If you're running a treasure scramble where it is kind of random kind of heroes together, there might be a chance that if you have the Awakened version of Lucius, it's not up against a shield breaking hero, which there's not a ton of them at this point. But overall, there is still a mitigation factor. There's a crowd control factor. There's the taunt, so you can see they actually run over to attack. But even the animated frame right there, or the ultimate skill use, and you can see it's pulsing damage. And the one thing that we did want to look at is with the pulsing damage, I'm going to actually go ahead and stop this and rewind it. But with the pulsing damage, it is a massive, massive area of effect. I think it might cover the entire board. And I want to see if I can actually pause this when we get the effect. So there we go. So there's the ultimate ability. Boom. That gives the divine light. And there is the pulse. So looking at the radius of this, and I don't know if it is and it does attack the entire battlefield, but that is a massive radius, and it also taunts. So the big thing that you're looking to do here is keep Lucius alive. Well, he does, and again, there's 5 pulses. Then after everyone is taunted together, boom, he gets a crowd control aspect in there as well. Knock him down. They get back up. They're stunned temporarily, which again, the build of the hero for a tank. We've seen it with the new Wilder tank. Works incredibly well. The damage mitigation has to be there. So I'm hoping that overall, when we start getting into level deficiencies, that we're not going to have any issues with Lucius and with the survivability that he has. And this one was also up over on Discord. So it's just kind of a consolidation of all of his skills, which again, for him being a tank, I am super happy that he is going to be a tank. Now, of course, the last thing that we're missing in this puzzle was the awakened skill. Now, I don't know if this is solid with the translation. Lucius gains additional attribute bonuses. Attack rating is increased by 0% of the initial defense rating. So the higher defense that you're actually going to build for this hero, the bigger attack rating that he is going to see, which will be absolutely phenomenal because you can skyrocket these defenses just based on collections, just based on getting higher signature items. A lot of different things are going to raise up this defensive rating. Crit rating is increased by X amount or by a percentage of his block rating, his crit block rating. So again, when you think of the collections, and I think this is where it could make a really big difference, crit damage amplification is increased by a percentage of his crit damage resistance. So if you're going in for defensive attributes, building up a tank, not only could you put crit rating on there, and again, thinking of like physical pierce crit rating, but you could also build up the defensive around the defense rating, the crit block rating, and also the crit damage resistance, just based on the collection abilities to amplify all of his damage abilities, which again, could be kind of interesting to see exactly how that is going to work and see where these percentages come in. That's always the really big thing. When you look at the Awakened Heroes and when you look at their build, it's based on where these percentages really fall when the hero is released. We can kind of talk about it all that we want, but this one, of course, is his ultimate ability. Looks like in the video that he does hold it up for a couple seconds and he deals 5 pulses of damage for a percentage of his attack rating to nearby enemies, which again, we've seen that big aura that he had. In addition, nearby allies gain a blessed shield of the defense rating. So the higher attack rating that you're getting him and the higher defense rating. And of course, we're going to have that conversion with the ultimate skill, with the SP skill. But is the SP only going to affect him? We're going to have to see. And he's also immune to crowd control. Then, of course, the shield value goes up and damage goes up there, which is awesome. And then energy recovery rate, so he can actually ult a lot more and a lot more often. So again, this hero is going to be super impressive. On paper, a lot of players were very happy. And overall, I was honestly pretty impressed with him as well. Because when it comes to the build himself, when it comes to Lucius, a lot of players were super impressed with his build. They were very, very happy. And again, a lot of comments that I got over on YouTube, they were very happy with it being Lucius. So a lot of players were also talking, and again, I kind of want to get your input in here, is we know Lucius, original AFK Arena hero, was kind of with the Awakened, was with Belinda and was with Thane, kind of the trifecta, the 3 that everyone ran together. The question is, are we going to see this with some of our other heroes going forward? Because of course, Brutus was always one that ran in all kinds of different formations with Sophia. So of course, we got the Awakened version of Sophia. And a lot of players were also saying the other part of that was Nimisu, that they were running together in a lot of different formations. So does that mean the next time that we get an Awakened hero for a Mauler, it is going to be the Awakened version of Nimisu, which I would not be disappointed at all. Similar to Lucius, I think it's a really, really cool build that we could see. So ultimately, we could see this little guy as our next Awakened hero, which again would be awesome to see some supercharged huge totems with him and also seeing the support class. So all right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.